These hardwood logs are the raw material that begins the plywood manufacturing process. Each log is measured and sorted to ensure consistent plywood quality later in the process. The logs are fed steadily toward debarking to remove all outer bark before cutting. Debarking removes contaminants that could damage cutting tools and affect plywood quality. Removed bark is collected separately for controlled waste handling and reuse. After debarking, each log is inspected to confirm a clean surface before cutting. Trimming creates uniform log lengths needed for consistent veneer production. Prepared logs are staged carefully before entering the veneer production line. Steam conditioning softens the logs to allow smooth veneer peeling. After heating, the logs are ready for precise veneer peeling. Precise centering ensures even veneer thickness during peeling. The veneer lathe peels a continuous sheet of wood from each log. The thin veneer sheet is gently flattened for further processing. The long veneer ribbon is cut into sheets sized for drying. The veneer sheets now enter controlled dryers to remove excess moisture.
Hot air circulation dries the veneer evenly without damaging the wood fibers.
After drying, the veneer sheets are stable and ready for grading. Automated grading separates veneer sheets by quality and appearance. Final visual checks confirm veneer sheets meet strict quality standards. Sorted veneer sheets are separated by grade for proper plywood layering. Veneer sheets are stacked and staged before adhesive application. Conditioning balances moisture levels before veneer sheets are bonded together. Adhesives are carefully mixed to ensure strong plywood bonding. Adhesive properties are checked to guarantee consistent bonding strength. The prepared adhesive is delivered precisely to the veneer gluing system. Each veneer sheet receives a controlled adhesive layer for bonding. The veneer layers are stacked with alternating grain for plywood strength.
Cold pre-pressing stabilizes the panel before hot pressing.
Panels are transferred carefully to the hot press for final bonding. The panel is positioned precisely inside the hot press before bonding begins. Heat and pressure activate the adhesive to permanently bond the layers.
The press holds steady to cure the plywood into a solid panel. The press opens to release a fully bonded plywood panel. The hot-pressed panel cools gradually to stabilize its structure.
Thickness is verified to ensure the panel meets specification.
Edge trimming prepares the panel for precise final dimensions.
Excess material is trimmed to achieve exact panel dimensions. The panel is cross-cut to its final production length. The first sanding pass smooths the panel surface evenly. Fine sanding creates a smooth, furniture-ready surface. Surface dust is removed to prepare panels for final inspection.
Each panel is visually inspected to confirm surface quality.
Structural tests verify the panel's strength and bonding. Moisture levels are confirmed to ensure long-term panel stability.
Approved panels are marked for identification and tracking.
Panel edges are cleaned thoroughly before sealing.
Edge sealing protects the plywood from moisture and damage.
The sealed edges are gently cured to lock in protection. Final measurements confirm the panel meets exact specifications. Approved panels are released to the packaging line. A protective film is applied to prevent surface damage during handling. The panel is aligned and prepared for stacking and shipment. Finished panels are stacked accurately for transport. Stack height and alignment are verified before wrapping. The panel stack is wrapped securely for safe handling. Wrapping is completed to secure the panels for storage and transport. Each stack is labeled with essential shipping information. Wrapped plywood stacks are moved into the warehouse for storage. The stacks are positioned accurately for safe warehouse storage. Inventory systems log each stack for accurate tracking and dispatch planning. A warehouse order triggers retrieval of the required plywood stack. An automated vehicle retrieves the selected plywood stack for shipment. The stack is lifted and secured for outbound transport. The secured stack is transported toward the outbound loading area. The stack arrives at the outbound dock staging area for loading.
The shipment is verified and assigned to a specific loading dock.
The loading dock is opened and secured for safe shipment loading. The transport trailer is secured and aligned for loading. The plywood stack is transferred carefully into the transport trailer. The stack is positioned securely inside the trailer for transport. The load is secured inside the trailer to prevent shifting in transit. The secured load is verified to be stable and ready for departure. The transport vehicle exits after completing the loading operation. The loading dock is closed, completing the shipment loading process. The loaded trailer departs the factory for distribution. The shipment moves along the logistics route toward its distribution destination. The shipment arrives at a regional warehouse for final distribution. The receiving dock is opened and prepared for safe unloading.
The unloading vehicle enters the trailer to retrieve the plywood stack.
The plywood stack is lifted carefully from the trailer for unloading. The stack is transferred safely onto the receiving dock.
The shipment is inspected upon arrival to confirm it arrived in good condition.
The shipment is accepted into the distribution system. The plywood is stored temporarily until it is dispatched to retail locations. A retail order triggers picking of plywood for final delivery. The picking vehicle moves in to retrieve plywood for retail delivery. The plywood stack is retrieved for retail order fulfillment. The order is moved to the dispatch area for final delivery. The retail order is verified and sorted for final delivery. The plywood is transferred to a retail delivery vehicle. The plywood stack is positioned securely inside the retail delivery truck. The system is now fully engaged. Green indicators confirm the pallet is locked and secure. The delivery truck is sealed and ready to depart for retail distribution. The retail delivery truck leaves the distribution center for final delivery.
The plywood shipment travels toward the retail location.
The delivery truck arrives at the retail receiving area.
The retail dock is opened and prepared for unloading.
The unloading vehicle enters the truck to retrieve the plywood. The plywood stack is lifted carefully from the delivery truck.
The plywood is transferred safely onto the retail receiving floor. The plywood is inspected and accepted at the retail location. The protective wrap is removed to prepare the plywood for retail handling.
Individual plywood panels are separated for retail handling.
The plywood panel is placed into retail storage for customer access.
The plywood is organized and prepared for retail presentation.
The plywood is moved from storage to the retail sales floor.
The plywood panel is placed on display for customer selection.
Clear information helps customers choose the right plywood for their needs.
The plywood section is ready for customers to browse and select.
This area helps customers evaluate plywood size and construction before purchase.
Retail systems monitor stock levels to ensure continuous availability.
The plywood is prepared for customer pickup after purchase.
Staff assist with safe loading as the plywood leaves the store.
The plywood is positioned for final loading into the customer's vehicle. The plywood is loaded safely into the customer's vehicle.
The load is checked and secured for safe transport home.
The plywood leaves the store with the customer for final use. The plywood is now ready for its final purpose.